instead of doing that, sometimes we try to control the shelter and we try to anticipate how Saranagati should look like, which is embarrassing. It's still the comfort zone. Still, I want everything to happen according to my sweet will, which is very bitter, just in case, not chill at all. So all the things have to happen from that outside of the comfort zone perspective. That's Saranagati. If not, you still speak about Saranagati and think you engage in Saranagati from the comfort zone. There's no Saranagati in the comfort zone. So the very notion of taking shelter, that's a very used phrase in the Gaudiya glossary. And as with very used for every very used phrase, you can really end up using it very superficially. The very notion of taking shelter, how Saranagati will look like, is in constant change and evolution. It's taking different shapes according to the need of the moment and to everyone, every person, which is a very unique individual. And every one of us are in a very specific inner situation. Impossible to repeat with the second person. Everything is totally unique and personal. So Saranagati has to express itself accordingly in that same individual, unique, nuanced way. If you deny all this nuance as scenario, and instead you try to impose on others, on yourself, a generic notion of Saranagati, an abstract notion. Saranagati is this for everyone. Humility should look like this in every person, every situation. If you try to control and limit these deep and unlimited ideas to your own pre-idealized notion, you are basically indulging in impersonalism, with all respect, because you stop considering everything as a person with their own individual characters, and you start to impose abstract, generic notions of everything. You stop seeing reality as personal, and reality is personal. It's a person. God is that person. He's the ultimate reality. You stop seeing yourself as a person. You stop seeing other people as persons, as individuals. And instead we end up projecting a set of fixed, rigid ideas, abstract ways in which everything should happen and everything should be expressed unanimously, without considering our differences, our particular necessities, without treating each other as persons. So that's impersonalism, although you may not be saying soham aham brahmasmi, which will be even more dangerous, because we may be speaking about personalism but behaving as Mayavadis. So this is a very important point, that this idea of taking shelter has to be dealt with, how this has to be dealt with.